in a heartbreaking and spontaneous moment. Chrisean Rock was seen sobbing while standing on a porch and pleading, "Please just let me explain." As her belongings were taken out in trash bags and storage bins, while baby CJ was reportedly still inside the house. According to sources, she was locked out of the house for not even a second, potentially marking the most painful chapter in her long and turbulent history with Blueface and his family. Wasn't just another messy moment in a publicly volatile relationship. Rather, it was the emotional collapse of a situation that had been falling apart for months or even years. CJ has been the silent witness to a family disintegrating at the seams. What started as simmering tension has now erupted into a full-blown crisis set in motion when Blueface's father, known as Papa Blue, broke his silence and made a move that sent shockwaves through the world. Their drama has always been messy and a constant fixture on reality TV and social media. But this time, the consequences hit home literally and deeply. Someone close to the situation claims that Papa Blue claimed he was done with the chaos and was stepping in to protect his grandson from the instability, saying he didn't want the child growing up in a revolving door environment. However, the way it all unfolded suggests this was far more than just a quiet intervention. It was a spectacle. According to reports, reality TV cameras were already in place. Lights were up, microphones were live, and producers were prepared as if they anticipated the supposed emotional detonation. It is particularly heartbreaking because she entered that home not with plans to destroy herself, but with the intention of starting a family. Chrisean had been trying to turn a new page by sharing sweet pictures of the nursery and sharing heartfelt captions about motherhood, showing a softer side to a world that had only seen chaos. For a brief moment, it seemed as though she might finally change the story. But in the days before the eviction, that hope fell apart in a single afternoon. What at the time seemed like heartbreak over Blueface now looks more like a quiet warning. She saw the storm coming but was unable to escape it. As for Blueface, who is currently behind bars, insiders claim he was still pulling strings from the inside, allegedly giving the final word to put her belongings in storage and telling his father that if Chrisean wanted a role in CJ's life, would have to prove she was stable. She had earlier posted cryptic messages on Instagram that read, "Pray for me, I'm not okay." According to one source, he stated that he didn't want his son's life to be turned into a music video with frequent exits and re-entries. This decision has sparked a heated debate about whether it was about protecting the child or if it was punishment disguised as responsibility. Many Chrisean supporters don't believe that this was about concern. Instead, they see it as a deliberate erasure, as her belongings, including clothes and baby bottles, were packed away while she sobbed on the doorstep, completely shut out. One fan put it this way: they didn't just evict her, they tried to erase her. For a short while, it seemed as though she was rewriting her story. But as soon as that hope took root, it crumbled in the days leading up to her eviction. The shaky smartphone video, which showed her barefoot in flops, her face streaked with tears, and no cameras or filters, just a mother on the edge of silence that was about to shatter. Chrisean had been quietly laying the groundwork for a fresh start by posting glimpses of a lovingly prepared nursery, opening up with heartfelt captions about her journey into motherhood and revealing a vulnerable side rarely seen amid the chaos of past controversies. Despite being incarcerated, Blueface was allegedly orchestrating events from behind bars. Sources close to this situation claimed that he authorized the removal of her belongings and instructed his father to take charge. According to insiders, he didn't want his son CJ living in emotional chaos, likening the instability to a music video of dramatic events. What at the time seemed like cryptic musings, sometimes you give people your soul and they still treat you like a stranger. And "pray for me, I'm not okay" read like gentle pleas for help, or perhaps subtle acknowledgments that she saw what was coming but was powerless to stop it. Entrances and exits. That decision has sparked intense discussion. Was it a protective measure for the child's welfare, or a calculated blow under the guise of responsible parenting? Many of Chrisean's followers don't believe the noble narrative, which tells them that this wasn't about safety, but rather an attempt to remove her from the picture. The images alone showed heartbreaking baby clothes, bottles, and memories packed away in storage while she stood on the doorstep, locked out and broken. One fan succinctly expressed the sentiment: they didn't just remove her. They tried to erase her. If anyone thought she would vanish inconspicuously, they were. What made the moment so startling was the sheer emotional whiplash it caused. One minute, Chrisean was being portrayed as a danger to her own child, but the next text messages that surfaced suggested a completely different reality. Blueface's family had doubled down on the narrative that Chrisean was too unstable, too emotional, and too erratic to care for CJ, according to both public statements and whispered insider leaks. The video, which was shot on a shaky phone, featured Chrisean wearing flip-flops, as well as eyes swollen with tears and no production or polish. That the eviction was carried out in the name of responsibility and protection. That it was about providing CJ with a drama-free environment. But those purported messages from Blueface, I still love you, are just doing too much. Right now, don't let them push you out. Shattered that carefully crafted narrative in a matter of seconds. The contradiction wasn't just confusing, it was unnerving. How could someone show tenderness in private while permitting or planning such a cruel and humiliating public spectacle? That question went beyond any tabloid headline or viral video, and for many Chrisean supporters, exposed a form of control and manipulation that was chilling in its subtlety. It was about depriving the mother of her agency while keeping her emotionally attached. This is why many started referring to it as emotional abuse. Hearing that you are loved even as your life is being appended and warning you not to let them push you out right before your belongings, including your child's crib, are thrown into storage is not just mixed messaging, psychological warfare. It's the kind of gaslighting that makes one wonder if they are being protected, punished, supported, or silenced. The Yam story, and possibly over Chrisean herself while removing himself from the fallout. This move seemed to shift all the blame to his family while allowing him to appear conflicted and compassionate. But even that conflicted persona came under scrutiny when recordings purportedly showed him telling his family to make the eviction messy for optics. The affectionate text messages now looked more like strategy words, chosen not to console but to confuse in many ways. And Chrisean became emblematic of a larger, painful truth that resonated far beyond her fan base. Much like women, especially mothers are frequently publicly, the internet didn't just react with sympathy. It responded with rage, because this wasn't just about one woman's breakdown on a porch. It was about the weaponization of perception, about the delicate balance between concern and control, and about the devastating emotional cost of being cast as unstable when all you're trying to do is hold your life and your child together. Even the music industry took notice, and artists who had previously collaborated with Blueface quietly unfollowed him or deleted old collaborations. An anonymous producer told the Shade Alert Chrisean was allegedly in the studio creating a diss track that would attack not only Blueface but the entire family. According to rumors, the hook says, "You can steal the crib, but you can't take the crown." This is linked to not only poor branding, but also inhumanity. Fans say it will go viral overnight, especially if she calls people out by name outside the drama-filled house. As things became worse, paparazzi started to flood the property, and security guards were spotted patrolling. One viral video showed crying, trying to go back, only to be barred from entering while yelling, "You don't get to trash that. It's my baby's bed." A few supporters gathered outside the gate with homemade signs that said CJ belongs with his mother and that Blueface's family was a toxic empire. But behind the scenes, things were taking a darker legal turn. A shocking new rumor circulated on blogs that claimed Papa Blue's ex-wife was preparing a custody petition, not by Blueface or Chrisean, but by her. She claimed both parents were unfit and wanted full guardianship until further evaluation. If filed, it could deny Chrisean any remaining access, especially since she isn't listed on CJ's birth certificate. In a now-deleted tweet, she acknowledged that she didn't want to fight back and that she only wanted peace. "Now, I'm paying for it." Then the story took a different turn when a leaked voicemail appeared on YouTube in gossip blogs. It purportedly featured Blueface's voice telling his sister to deny Chrisean access to CJ and to stage the eviction for dramatic effect, making it messy. He says, "Let the cameras roll. She needs to be humbled. She cares, she will fight back. But we have to show her who controls the strings." The single tweet, she made it clear that anyone who thought her story had reached its climax was mistaken. What had initially appeared to be a chaotic custody battle has now been revealed as a far darker narrative marked by deliberate, cold-hearted cruelty masquerading as concern beneath the surface. What had been reported as a custody decision rooted in concern was now exposed as premeditated manipulation. The tide quickly shifted, and influencers who had remained neutral started speaking out. And support for Chrisean surged again, louder, sharper, and more united. The act of packing away Chrisean's entire life, including her child's crib, private medical records, confidential legal paperwork, and even her private diary, was not a simple lesson. Rather, it was a calculated strategy meant to exert power over Chrisean and silence her voice despite being imprisoned. Blueface acted as the puppeteer, using his family as his public relations team. What should have been a private, difficult family matter was turned into content fodder, turning personal pain into public entertainment. The humiliating move made it clear that she was not only being removed, but also being erased and exposed, as the eviction took place in public view. Many people's thoughts changed from why to who stands to gain from this spectacle. When leaked surveillance photos from inside the storage unit appeared online, the images revealed boxes that were carelessly left open, revealing secrets meant to remain private. Medical records that detailed her vulnerabilities, court documents that revealed ongoing battles, and pages of a personal journal that documented a woman's raw, unfiltered struggle. It was such a blatant invasion of privacy that Chrisean's ordeal serves as an example of the emotional toll exacted when personal trauma is thrust into the spotlight, dissected and consumed by millions who may never fully understand it. It went beyond the already cruel act of eviction. One tweet captures the collective shock and anger with blunt honesty. They didn't just evict her, they exposed her. This exposure wasn't just physical, but symbolic, an unraveling of the very thin veneer separating private pain from public spectacle. The question of what will happen next is how Chrisean will reclaim her narrative from the wreckage of this public unraveling, and what price she will pay for daring to fight back against a system that sought to silence her. The calculated nature of this drama has sparked a fierce debate over the boundaries of protection versus punishment, responsibility versus retaliation, and whether the eviction was actually about protecting a child's well-being, or if it was a power play concealed under the guise of concern. Apparently, her friends refused to comment. Her team canceled all planned interviews. And rumors began to circulate that she had filed for emergency custody and was seeking a restraining order against Blueface's entire family. One outlet claimed that she was hiding out in a secure location, but it was the brief Instagram story that she posted and quickly deleted that sent shockwaves, allowing them to play their game. "I'm preparing my proof that war just crossed the line, and now fans aren't waiting for another emotional outburst. Instead, they're bracing for a bombshell. Damning receipts and legal ammunition that could change the custody dispute and potentially ruin careers." Her silence, for once, speaks volumes. This isn't a retreat, it's preparation. But just when it seemed like everything was coming to a head, another twist emerged. Carissa Blueface's mother went live, and her final remarks left the internet in tears and shaking rage. She warned her family, "You think you hurt her, but you played yourself. I've been quiet for too long. I've seen the paperwork. I know who's really unfit. The live stream concluded with a chilling confession. Remember, I was present when you guys planned the entire thing. That one sentence turned the plot around once more. What exactly was planned? Is Carissa going to turn against her own blood in court? The fallout is just getting started. Rumors of a surprise witness, unreleased recordings, and a courtroom confrontation have fans waiting for what could be the most explosive chapter yet. Was Blueface the puppet master all along? Or is there more to Chrisean's story than we've been told? Whatever happens next, one thing is for sure. This isn't just a celebrity drama anymore. This is war, and the truth is rapidly approaching.